Hello again. As you can see, I switched out of my Peapod fruit dress so that I didn't keep blending into the background, but I have more fruit lessons to share with you. So last time we talked about how we can still see flower parts on the fruit and how the fruit's job is to grow and protect the seeds, and that the fleshy part of the fruit is the swollen ovary that's job is to protect the seeds. So today I want to talk about the two types of fruit, and you may be thinking there's more than two types of fruit, but the two types we're going to talk about with a tomato, and we're going to talk about a walnut, because that's what I have here at home. I looked for some peanuts, but the peanuts are all at school. So here I'm bringing into a split screen, and so I have a little pile of tomatoes here, and these are all the different types of nuts I had, but I didn't have a single peanut in the house, which is weird. But so I want to talk about these two types of fruits. We're going to first start with the tomato. Now, the tomato, when we bite into it or cut into it, it's juicy, at least if it's fresh and delicious it is. When we bite into it, it is wet in our mouths. And so we can call this a juicy type fruit. I'm just going to try to cut it and cut it open so you can see it. So here is our succulent or juicy fruit. You can see how wet it is. There we go. How it's shining in the light there. So this is a fruit that is juicy and wet inside. And this is another kind of fruit. These are dry fruits. As you can see, they're not juicy. When I break one of these guys open, it's not just dry on the outside. You hear that big crack when we open it up. It is not at all juicy inside. It's dry and crunchy inside as well. So that's the two types of fruit that I have to share with you today. We have our succulent fruit. Succulent fruits are juicy inside. So succulent fruits are the fruits that are wet or juicy inside, and dry fruits are like these nuts here that are not juicy when they're broken open. They're dry. Maybe for some follow-up, you would like to do some research and make of a type of dry fruit or a type of succulent fruit. Maybe you want to share which are your favorites to eat of each kind, like your favorite succulents and your favorite dries. What I do want to share with you though, because maybe after our last video when we were talking about the peanuts, that maybe you were wondering about these fruits that grow underground, and maybe that was something that you had never thought of before. And so I know that Selena's eyes just about popped out of her head, and she was looking at me like I was being crazy when I said that. So I'm going to come into a screen share. I pulled up some pictures that I wanted to show to you. This is a picture of a peanut plant, and it shows the plant and its stem. So its leaves and stem, and here's its roots underground, and the blossoms, the flowers on here. And there's something magic happening down here. This, after the blossom is done doing its work, after the flower's done its work, been pollinated, the blossom withers and a peg is formed. And then I'm going to come down here. These pegs down here put off a little like trail. They come down, the peg curves downward and penetrates down into the soil. And the pods inside that peg, or that peg becomes the pod that forms below ground, and it contains the two seeds that become the two peanuts. So it's really, really cool how peanuts grow. I will admit that I didn't know how peanuts grew until I was in Alabama, and I was trying to figure out what they were digging up in a field. And I was shocked when I learned that it was peanuts, and that I was 22 years old when I learned that peanuts grew underground. So if you're thinking that that's crazy talk, then you're learning it at a good time. I want to show you one other picture I have here. Here is a plant that's been dug up, and you can see the soil still clinging to that dry fruit. It's really, really cool, the different adaptations that plants have made to be able to survive and meet their needs, and in this case, protect their seeds so that they can be transmitted and go out into the environment and start a new plant. So I can't wait to share more with you about fruits. I hope that you have learned something new. Our two types of fruit are succulent or juicy fruits, and our dry nuts, our dry fruits that are hard and not at all juicy. And also, maybe you learned something new about how a peanut grows. Maybe for your follow-up, you would like to show me something about, like I said, you could do a list of the succulent fruits you like or the dry fruits that you like, or you could research one of these dry fruits that maybe you didn't realize that these nuts were fruits. Maybe you want to think about that. Maybe you want to think about, is peanut butter, since it's fruit, what does that make peanut butter? I can't wait for you to share with me what you think that is. Make sure that you're sending me an email with your follow-up. I like either typed up Word documents or typed in an email. You can share a PowerPoint or a sway or draw a picture and send me a picture of it. I'd love to see that. I can't wait to hear more from you. I hope you have a great day, and I have more fruit lessons to share with you, and I will share them soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.